Every night, it happens the same way. You turn off the lights, the house goes quiet. The last sounds of the day fade out. The hum of the refrigerator, the settling of the floorboards, the wind against the window. And somewhere in the dark, your cat is curled into a soft circle, eyes closed, perfectly still. You assume it is doing exactly what you are about to do, sleeping the night away until morning. But that assumption is wrong. The moment you fall asleep, your cat's real day begins.
What happens in your home between the time you close your eyes and the time you open them again is one of the least observed and most extraordinary parts of your cat's life. While you are unconscious, the animal you live with is awake, alert, and moving through a version of your home you have never seen. Tonight, your cat will see in near total darkness. It will walk a patrol route through every room. It will hear things you sleep straight through. And at some point, in the deepest part of the night, it will come and sit beside you and watch you breathe. Welcome back to the Founder Effect. Subscribe before you leave, because what you're about to learn happens in your home every single night, completely invisible to you, and it will change the way you think about the cat you wake up to every morning. Tonight, we are going into the dark, into what your cat actually does when the lights go out. Stay until the end, because the last thing we cover happens directly beside your bed, and most people never realize it is happening at all. Number 1. Why your cat is built for the night. The reason your cat comes alive after dark is not a habit. It is biology, written into the species over thousands of years. Cats are not nocturnal, and they are not fully daytime animals either. They are crepuscular, which means they are wired to be most active in the low light of dusk and dawn. In the wild, those are the hours when the small prey a cat hunts is moving, and when the light is dim enough to hide a stalking predator. Your house cat has inherited every part of that ancient schedule. So when your cat seems to switch on just as you are winding down for the night, it is not being difficult. It is following a clock far older than any human household. The early hours of the night and the hours just before sunrise are its peak. While your body is preparing for its deepest sleep, your cat's body is preparing for its most awake and alert window of the entire day. Number 2. What your cat actually sees in the dark. This is where most people are simply wrong about their own cat. You walk through your dark house with your hands out, feeling for the wall, blind. Your cat walks through the same darkness with total confidence, and there is a reason. A cat's eyes are built for low light in ways the human eye is not. Behind the retina, a cat has a layer of reflective tissue called the tapetum lucidum. It works like a mirror, bouncing the small amount of available light back through the eye a second time, giving the cat 2 chances to capture every photon. That reflective layer is why your cat's eyes glow when light catches them at night. Researchers estimate that a cat needs only about 1/6 of the light a human needs to see. In the room you experience as pitch black, your cat sees shapes, movement, the edge of the doorway, the path across the floor. It is not stumbling through the dark. It is watching it. The home that disappears for you the moment you turn off the light stays fully visible to the animal moving through it. Number 3. The nightly patrol. Here is something that would stop you mid-breath if you could watch it. Your cat does not wander randomly through the house at night. It patrols. To your cat, your home is not a house. It is a territory, and territory has to be checked. Over the course of the night, a cat will move through its core area on a route that is far more deliberate than it looks. It checks the windows, where the scent and movement of the outside world press against the glass. It checks the doors. It checks the high surfaces and the hidden corners. It pauses at the places where the day left something changed, a new smell, a moved object, a draft that was not there before. Animal behavior researchers describe this as territorial monitoring, and it is one of the deepest instincts a cat has. While you sleep, the animal you live with is walking the perimeter of the world it shares with you, confirming again and again that everything is where it should be, that nothing has come in, that the place is safe.
It is, in the most literal sense, keeping watch. Number 4. What your cat hears that you sleep right through. A sleeping human is, for all practical purposes, switched off. A cat is never fully off in the same way. Even when it rests, it remains tuned to the sound of the house at a level you cannot match. A cat can hear frequencies far higher than the human ear can reach, into a range built specifically to detect the tiny, high-pitched sounds of small animals. In your home at night, that means your cat is hearing things you have no idea are there. The faint movement inside a wall, the settling of the structure, a car door 3 houses down, the scratch of something small in the yard. When your cat suddenly lifts its head in the dark, ears swiveling toward a corner of the room, it has heard something real. The nighttime house that sounds completely silent to you is, to your cat, full of information. It lies in the dark, reading the sound of the building the way you read a page. And most of what it hears, you will sleep through for your entire life without ever knowing it was there. Number 5. Why your cat comes to watch you sleep. At some point in the night, the patrol brings your cat back to you. And here is something many people have felt without ever fully understanding it. Your cat will come into the room where you sleep, settle nearby, and simply watch you. To understand why, you have to understand what sleep means to a cat. Sleep is the most vulnerable state an animal can be in. In the wild, a cat sleeping in the open is a cat at risk. So cats are deeply careful about where and near whom they sleep, and they are equally aware of where the members of their group are sleeping. When your cat comes to watch you in the dark, it is doing 2 things at once. It is choosing to be near you in its most relaxed state, which is a form of trust it does not give easily. And it is keeping you within the boundary of its watch. You are, to your cat, part of the territory it is guarding. The person asleep and unaware in the dark is the one being looked after. You think of yourself as your cat's protector. For part of every night, that role is quietly reversed. Number 6. The hours before dawn, and why you wake up beside it. As the night moves toward morning, something shifts. The deepest dark passes. The first faint change in the light begins, and your cat enters its second peak. This is the dawn half of its crepuscular wiring, and it is why so many people are woken just before sunrise by a cat that has decided the day should begin. But there is a gentler pattern underneath the early wake-up calls. As the night ends, the cat that has spent hours patrolling, watching, and listening very often comes to rest against you. The reason is partly warmth. As a cat's activity drops, its body seeks heat, and you are the warmest, safest surface in the home. But it is more than temperature. After a full night of guarding the territory and keeping you inside its watch, the cat returns to the center of the thing it has been protecting. It presses against you in the last hours before dawn, lowers its guard, and finally sleeps. The cat you wake up to, curled against your side in the gray morning light, did not spend the night there. It came to you at the end of a long shift. So look again at the dark house you turn off every night. The still rooms, the closed doors, the silence you sleep inside. It is not empty, and it is not asleep. The animal you share it with is awake in the dark, seeing what you cannot see, hearing what you cannot hear, walking the edges of your home and confirming, room by room, that you are safe. And at the end of it, in the last hour before the light, it comes back to you. You have been living beside this every night for years without ever seeing the full shape of it. Now you know. And the next time you wake in the early dark and feel your cat pressed warm against you, you will know it has been keeping watch, and it has come back to rest. Tell me in the comments, what is the strangest thing your cat does in the middle of the night? Have you ever woken and found it sitting in the dark, just watching you?
I want to hear about it. I read every one. These are the stories I carry the longest. I'll see you in the next one.